That is the sound of an organist playing Bach in Montevideo in 1920s. Welcome to the Cathedral, Movement 2 by Agustin Barrios. We're going to be checking in as to how this happened and what to do with your fingers to get that music off the page and playable. So let's dive into the Cathedral, Movement 2 by Agustin Barrios. Welcome to microstudy number 1. So we're up here, 12, 11. Let's just dive into the fingering. 2 and 3 on the D and F. First finger E, F, G. Wait 2 beats. So third finger stays down as an anchor through that, fourth finger on the high G, open G in the middle. There's no doubt about it, this is tough. Third finger down, fourth finger flips up onto the A. So we have 12 and 11 again. A and C sharp. Open E, try not to make that E too loud. And then your third finger is going to slide up to 12 again. For that D, 10, 12, 11. Lot of third finger action there, so don't push in too much with that digit. There are other ways of fingering this, but this is closest to, this is what Barrios wanted. And so we'll leave it there and check out the next bit. Welcome to the next micro-study. From this D, this entire shape is going to slip down to 7 for an E minor. Leaving these 2 fingers down, your first finger is going to slide up to the E sharp for that bass. And then again, your third finger is doing some work. It's going to slip down 1 fret, fourth finger on, first finger on for that F dominant 7, F sharp dominant 7. Elbow is going to play a big role in this to pivot around to get from that E minor up and then into the F sharp. What I suggest you do, leave your fourth finger down so that you can get that B minor chord in. And again we have, it's basically an octave transposition of this. Using a lot on my fourth finger here, so it's obviously 4, 2, 4. Third finger can come down. B flat, F natural, lovely change here. Fifth fret, 2, 3, 1. Again, lovely, lovely chordal harmony here. This is Barrios invoking Bach. From here, the hack I have here, because this is a tough change, is use that violin slide from the A to the G to get into the next chord shape. So it's 2, 4, 3 in that position. From this point, first finger can go down to be prepared, C sharp and E, and then you're going to slide down into first position, E sharp, B, D, F sharp, G again, F sharp with the first finger, second finger has stayed down, and then you're going to stretch that fourth finger out, half bar 2, third finger can pre-prepare, full bar 2, stay down, second finger onto that G, and then we have 3, 1, 2, 4, violin slide up and into the next micro study. What we have here is classic Baroque, where we have chromatic bass line, and then we have counterpoint. And then if you put them together, it gets that wonderful feeling of movement. This is very much a Baroque stylistic element. All right, let's check that all out in slow motion. Welcome to the next micro study, bar 10. Left it off here, 3 and 4 on the F and D, with an A hanging on, A sharp, 6th fret, and then if you want to you can pre-prepare. 3rd finger slips down again, C sharp, and then your 3rd finger and your 2nd finger are going to slide up 1 fret with an open string. To get that movement, open D, F sharp, 2nd finger on a G sharp. If you can, try and pre-prepare your 3rd and 4th at 7 and 9 for this fantastic open chord. I'll explain open chords and what Barrios is doing here in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, lovely big stretch. Notice my elbow is helping me out here. Then it contracts, G sharp and B. Down to another contraction at 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what I suggest you do is you move into a full bar next for the next chord shape. So we have 3, 2, they've switched over, 4 on the G sharp, C sharp on the 1st finger, and then it is into an F sharp minor. All fingers off, hence the full bar chord. And that is literally where this first section ends, because we start to get new material next. What makes this piece really fantastic are these huge spread open chords. So what is an open chord? An open chord has big intervals, and if you look in the music you'll see that it is very spread out compared to, say, this. Not spread out, all together, clumped, and on the music, on the sheet, on the stave, you will see the same thing, it all clumps together. Let's check this out in slow motion. Hi, quick interruption here. That's to tell you there is a ton of links below here from me playing the first movement to the scores. So if you are looking for scores with Barrios' original fingering and ideas in it, then I suggest you take a look below. To give you a heads up, there are a lot of discrepancies in this piece because there are about 5 different manuscripts available for this, for the Cathedral and the Prelude. Barrios composed it originally in the 1920s and then made changes to it. So there are a few scores available for us to check in. So when you go through this and you have a look at it, be aware that some of the fingering is different and that in some of the scores there are actually extra bars. Let's dive back into this fantastic second movement of the Cathedral. All right, one final little right hand fine control tip here, different angle too. In the beginning we have 12, 11, open string. Now the melody is actually on string 3. Your job is right hand fine control, which you can see in this other angle here, to try and get that I finger above the others. That has got to float above the open B. So the only way to do that is not to play your I finger harder, but actually to drop the power on the other fingers, so your P and your M, and bring the I finger stays the same. That is the way to get that melody note popping. The same goes for here. Same deal. Drop power in P and M and leave I at a normal level, and you will find that that note will float through. You do not want to do this and try and play all three strings at the same volume. That's just going to ruin the character and you're going to lose the melody. It's very subtle. Get the notes balanced. It's exactly what a pianist would do. They would literally do different pressure for different fingers for different notes to try and put them up. We have the same choice, the same ideas. Right hand fine control. That's where it's at for this piece. It's a major part of that. All right, I just want to do a quick side lesson that's going to help you out with this immensely, especially if you have never come across open chords. So there is a difference between open and closed chords, which you can check out here. But the main thing is your right hand is going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting for most of those. A closed chord is nice and simple. An open chord is not so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bar out of this second movement, and I'm going to show you what you should be doing with your right hand. Let's take a closer look at my right hand to see what I'm doing. Okay, right hand close up. We have some fantastic chords. The biggest one with the biggest stretch is this one at left hand's got an enormous stretch on it, but your right hand, if you can see, is doing a lot of the plucking there. So you're going to have to get used to touching different strings. We then come down, P and A, to this chord here. So 5, 4, 2, 1. Again, I am touch typing the chords. Strings stay the same, and here we change. So you've got to get used to being able to move between this and this. So I would just practice this. And get used to the feeling. The other thing to notice is my hand is no longer there. I'm back into almost old school Segovia style, and then into my normal. So my wrist is doing a rotation as I move. That is going to help you immensely for getting all of these open string chords learnt and under your right hand. Just take the left hand out, work the right hand strings, and get used to that feeling. It is a different feeling to playing these lovely closed chords that we had in the beginning, or here. These are nice and easy. All the strings are together. There's no gaps. Super easy. We've been doing this since year dot, or since you've been playing Sora Giuliani, which is where that came from. Hopefully this little mini lesson on right hand fine control helps you. Thank you very much for staying until the end. This has been brought to you by mybabyclassicalguitarrocks.com. There are a ton of lessons just like it, and in fact there is a Barrios' amazing tremolo, An Arm for the Love of God, Una Limosna por Amor de Dios. If you want to learn that piece, that is available there as well, with all the videos that you can check out, and it's probably going to pop up now as well because I'm going to make sure that it does. So if you want more Barrios and you want some more 6-string inspiration, head over to classicalguitarrocks.com